Welcome to Between the Lines, girls football man, Coach V, on this Monday night. What's up, Coach V?
What's going on, Tony?
Man. We kind of slowed down, but AU is kicked off. I know you're going to be going to a tournament this weekend.
Next weekend. Next weekend.
I'm sorry. Easter this weekend. Easter.
That's right.
Everybody go out there and get your little Easter costumes and get ready for good Sunday and, get some Lord in you and get you some eggs in you. Most people throw down on Easter's when you get the family together. So funny because, we talk about the beverage business. Right. A lot of people buy a lot of beverage because they want
the whole family's coming in. That's why
coming in. They want you know what I'm saying, Coach. But Coach, like I said, glad we can get together this Monday night. I know we've had a lot going on. Like I said, AU's kicked off, and Coach, we come on tonight. Do a quick statement, talk about your big announcement you made last Monday, Tuesday, and stepping away from the Harris Panthers. You're not done, but you're just stepping away. So, Coach, I just want to ask you, what you got up the sleeve, and I know it was a tough decision, especially after what you've had these girls for the last 3-4 years, and the record you put up this year. It's a tough decision because you do got some good girls coming back next year. So, what was the game plan behind it?
We used to have 3 horses, and we sold the horses, and we owned 6 acres. And Coach Vick's he's not a farm guy, so you know what? He ain't out there mowing. He out there picking up brush. I bet the last 3 days I probably could have spent every day out there picking up limbs off the yard, with all the wind we've been having. So that was kind of the decision behind it, and then grandkids, we're going to sell that house. We're going to buy another one. And, when you buy that house, you're either in 15, 30 year or whatever it may be. And, we got a grandkid that lives in Yukon. We got one that lives out by Edmond North. So, we picked somewhere right in the middle, and that middle happened to be a 50-minute drive. So, that's kind of what the decision was on that as far as the relocation of the house.
Coach, that's a tough decision. Like I said, especially when you've been with these girls and you've had, you got these girls, they were sophomores. They all most of them graduate. And you still got, some of those freshmen. I know you're involved in the middle school, the middle school games and going and watch them and in development, getting to develop these girls and bring them to the high school. But now, like I said, you step away, you're leaving a young lady that's going to, I think the only returning starter you're going to have, that Harris going to have, if you were still there, is going to be Paisley. Then you can talk about Hannah Burkhardt. Maddie kind of got banged up, didn't get to finish, and the freshman point guard, Allie, that's going to be a good player, as she grows into the game. But, so you did have some girls coming back. So it's not that you was leaving with no talent. You still have some talent left behind, but, it was a decision that you and the wife had to make. And like I said, moving, 50 minutes away where gas prices is and then toll costs, it adds up. But, Coach, it's not like you don't ever want to coach again. I know, your window zone is kind of shutting down, but at the end of the day, you still would like to go coach girls or boys side, or does it matter?
Girls, what I know. I've done both. I've done boys and girls in my past. So, but girls, what I know, and the thing there, Tony, is that the success I've had at Tuttle, Luther, and Hera is where I've always been able to be there for the junior high games. Open gym,
Yes, sir.
I'm open gym till 6:00, and I'm home by 6:15 eating dinner. And that's not the case. And that success for me has always come down from junior high involvement, even little league involvement. I go to little league games, and hang out. I know my fourth graders, I know my fifth graders. And being gone this year, we moved in October. So I drove from October and still driving to the end of the school year. I didn't get a chance to do that. I just, I'm going to spend a Saturday driving 3 hours, spending 4 hours to do that. And I knew that commitment was not there. I told my AD, that bothered me because when they hired me and interviewed, that was part of the selling point is I know how to build a program from junior high up. I've been in public schools for 20 years and I've won 348 games. I think I've had 4 transfers. Everything else has been within the program. You go down there, you find a tall girl and you teach her. You go down there, find a ball handler, you teach her. You go down there, find the quickest girl and you teach her how to play defense. And then you make them fit in that system. And, I can't do that being a 2-hour drive back and forth.
No, Coach, I understand that a lot. It's funny. I've been seeing more T-shirts and more sayings, homegrown. I think I'm not saying no one's taking shots to anybody, but what you're saying is true though. You get this young girl that's been with you since second, third grade, and you've got to watch her grow. Something you can't wait to get your hands on when she gets in high school, because that's the biggest level you're going to play. You got little league, you got junior high, then you go to high school. They might go play some AU ball, they might go play some college ball and the pros, but you're the one that's getting those girls developed before they get to the rankings of the college and the pros and stuff like that. So I understand what you're saying, the homegrown and just watching these young ladies that you've had a chance to put your hands on at your use that Tuttle or whatever school you was at coming to your camp. So it makes a big difference. But like I said, I know it's a tough decision to leave Hera. I know you wanted to kind of talk about it and kind of let everybody know. No, I'm not done. I still want to coach. If the right opportunity comes over, you'll look at it. But you can see in this coaches, everybody talks about the transfer portal, but as you can see, a lot of jobs ain't came open, Coach. I think more came open. You got more, you got Bethany, and you got Hera, and I know Hera was been looking for a certain coach to come in, and don't know if that individual is going to take the job or not take the job, but it's a good job to have, because like I said, you did leave some pieces behind. It's not like you leave inherited and they're going to be bankruptcy. So I think that makes a big difference, that they do got some girls that can play, and any good coach or any coach nowadays are bringing players with them that do come in the program. So whoever decides to get that Hera job is going to be in good shape, because like I said, you're going to have a 3-year starting or 2-year starting guard that's going to be a junior next year. Hannah Burkhart can easily become a starter. Be a starter this year on your team and played a lot of big minutes. And then I think Maddie, if she wouldn't have got hurt, she'd have been a little bit more factor. As a freshman. Then Allie, Allie ended up missing the whole season. So hopefully, she comes back 100% and ready to go her sophomore year. You kind of chop that up as like, she's a freshman and she just played JV and freshman, so she didn't get to play varsity. So next year she get a chance to do that.
Yeah, here's the thing about Hera is administration there supports you. Principal used to coach basketball for years in middle school, boys. The superintendent is very involved. He knows basketball. And so they're going to support basketball. And they're definitely going to support girls basketball, because it is a blue blood of the old teams. And that was what that's what we brought back this year was, when you talk about state tournament, you're talking about Hera. And that kind of got brought back this year. And we saw that with the crowds that were, all the recognition the girls got. Great place. You lose 4 starters, but you have some that could have started if we just didn't have seniors.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to bring back, I say 3-year starters. I know are there in place. You're going to have 2 seniors, unless some people come out that didn't play last year. You're going to have 2 seniors. You're going to be competitive. I don't know if you'll be state tournament ready, but you'll be, I say, in that regional area range. And then after 2 senior graduates, which I don't know if any of them will start, you're going to bring back your starting 5 again. And then, now you're talking about the second year, you're going to be sitting in a pretty good spot. So talent's there. I know people look at it and go, well, you lost a lot. We did, but we had a lot sitting on the bench as well. We were deep, and that talent's going to be back next year. It'll be a good team. My first year there, we went 13-12, 21-7, and 24-4. So it didn't happen overnight. I inherited that team with no starters and nobody played varsity minutes at all. Man, and we went 3 years where we went to. So there's more left there than it was when I inherited it. So it's a good job. Administration supports you. You're going to get parent support. You're going to have parents, anywhere you go, you're going to have parents, whether they like you or not, or don't like you do this, do that. You can see that at any level. Yes, and you talk about transfers, ask a D2 coach now, ask a D1 coach. What do they think about their team? They're going to tell you right now, I don't know what I'm going to have next year.
Yeah.
I think I've seen 4 Oklahoma State kids leave.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this day and age, man. You didn't hear about transfer portals in high school. Now you got kids talking about, I'm taking my talent here, I'm taking my talent there. Yep. I talked to somebody earlier, like, man, Carver's going to get some transfers. But Rich is pretty much won with the girls he's got. And, for the last, at least 10 years, I know everybody might get one move in that might come in middle school. Right. But for the most part, he's been winning with the girls he got. And so a lot of these other schools, I know a girl might leave. I know Mariah, over Dell City, she's had some girls that left Dell City, but they came back, but they were Dell City girls. So
Right.
I don't look at that as a transfer portal. I don't look at that like there's anything wrong with that. I think when you got a kid that leaves, Tulsa and comes down here and such like that, then it could be a problem. Like, why'd you leave that school to come here? But a lot of times it's for playing time too, coach. It's like, you don't want to keep sitting behind somebody, and never get a chance to play. So and that's what college is. You're looking at, I was looking at Michigan game, and, they got 3 sophomores. I know you had the young lady that played at Broken Arrow. I didn't see her get in the game, but, that's going to be a decision that she's going to, hey, do I stay in Michigan and wait my turn, or do I try to go somewhere else where I can play and I know I'm good enough to play? So, a lot of times kids don't want to sit. I had a discussion with a dad the other day, because congratulations, Coach Price. He's not coming back like you, Coach, but he did retire, from Carl Albert after 20-some years, and he's won some state championships, got a chance to coach his boys and get to the state championship game with them, or at least the playoffs. So, congratulations to him and his wife and family that he is going to do something different. But I'm pretty sure he's still going to be some way, somehow, still involved in Carl Albert basketball, especially probably comes to the Carl Albert Classic Titan tournament they put on that him and his wife has done a great job getting that set up and hosted. So I still can see him in part of it, but I know they've kind of reached their names out to different coaches, and this is now is when you play the secret game, coach. Nobody wants to talk about where somebody's going. Folks, speak up. It's basketball. I mean, just if you're going to go there, if you're going after coach, go get him. I mean, everybody has their dream coach. I don't care if it's college, high school, middle school. Everybody has a dream coach. Speak up. Quit trying to make it like it's a tornado coming. We all hiding.
There you go.
Let it out. Speak up. It's going to happen because you're going to have to go get your coach sooner or later, because right now you're about to walk into the month of April. You got May, and then boom, June comes and you're playing school ball. So you got to have kids that come in because they got to be locked in by July 1st, I think. And so you got to, and then if they are going to come in, they're going to have to sit out 15 days. So quit being so secret. If you're leaving, you're leaving. Speak up. Don't hide behind the bushes. Come play the game. So, like I said, if whoever Harry gets, they're going to get, like I said, they're going to get a good program. Like I said, they got a lot of fan support, man. You saw that in the state game, 9:00 game. Everybody in Harry was there, and like I said, they do got some good people. Like I said, if Jeremy and Paisley Carter's dad sticks around, you're gonna have a great guy that helps with the tip-in club, and so they got some good things going for them. So luckily, hopefully, they can find somebody here in the next week or so. There's been some big names thrown out there. Jenny Holbrook, we don't know if she's going to take it or not. She's coached well. Has won 3 state championships, and she's at the, Jones Longhorns, Lady Longhorns. So we know she's a great coach, but I don't know what other coaches might have put their name in the hat, might not have put their name in the hat, but whoever gets it, you're going to get some good players. Yeah. And like I said, most of the time when new coaches come in, they're going to bring a couple of girls with them. It's just how it is these days. Parents don't get upset because, if you think about leaving, you might go somewhere, and guess what? You go somewhere, you might be taking somebody's spot that think they're going to get that spot too. So that's what happens in the transfer portal. You're going to get kids, if it's college, if it's high school, they're going to get kids that move in, and guess what? They're going to take somebody's spot, or they're going to do something. They're going to become 6-man, or going to be one to start at 5. So just remember that before you pack up and leave, and you think that, hey, I was going to leave. If you leave, you're going to take somebody's spot, and vice versa. Somebody's coming in, they got a good chance to take your spot.
Yep. Well, I'm going to tell you how good the administration was, is that I told them that I would resign early from the from the coaching spot, so they can find them a good quality coach. And I'm in the unknown. I don't have a coaching spot lined up, but they were good to me, and so I told them to be good to the program. That's what I would do. And so that's how good the administration is there. They work hard enough for you that you're willing to return that favor by resigning early as your coaching spot, so they can go out and find a good candidate. Hey, I need to take a commercial break.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
All right. Well, we'll be right back, folks. So, Between the Line Girls Hoops with my man, Coach V. Be right back after one of our sponsors.
The gang's the same, but we changed the name, and we're now Chaos Customs OKC. Still your one-stop shop for all your vehicle upfitting and accessory needs. With almost 30 years in the business, we're your go-to for lift kits, wheels, tires, spray liners, bed covers, leather, fleet solutions, and so much more. Give us a call today at 405-778-8878.
Yeah.
Welcome back Between the Line Girls Hoops with my man Coach V. Like on the sponsor tonight. Thank you to one of our sponsors helping us get through it. But sometimes we gotta go. We gotta go.
Well, you know what? That Fanta Zero. I'm a fan of Fanta Zero grape.
I ain't never had that, Coach. Oh yeah, I guess if you go to
Adobas.
yeah, you can get it. Yeah, they got all the different zeros though. I guess what I found this weekend, my kids laughed at me. I found the Big Red Zero.
Did you really?
Big Red Zero. The kids are like, man, it's like drinking Kool-Aid. I said, it is. It's old man's Kool-Aid. And I love it.
Kool-Aid.
I loved it, but every bit of it. Coach, like I said, before we finish this up, man, like I said, I just want to tell you, congratulations on your next journey. I don't know where you're going to go, but
neither do I.
Whoever gets you is going to get a great coach, a great guy that's motivated, that wants to keep coaching and do great things. You've been doing this for many, many years, and like I said, I think you still got something left in the tank. Don't get it fooled because he got a little bit of gray up top, but he still got knowledge up top. So I think whoever gets you is going to be able to help their program get to where they need to be. If you're assistant over a head coach. So like I said, we just want to kind of come on here and talk about. You're not done yet, so don't think that hey, he got read out of town by hair. It was a decision that him and his wife had to make. One, because driving, and I don't blame you, Coach. I mean, I know how it is. I got to drive to Dallas every weekend, and gas prices ain't cheap.
I filled up this morning. It was $68.
Man.
I'll probably have to get more gas Thursday night on the way home.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you got anything else you want to kind of add to this before we get out of here?
No, just again, I just want to let people know it's a great job, great kids, got tradition. You got support from administration. You're going to have a new AD who is going to also be involved and understands what winning, what you have and what you don't have. We're looking for a boys coach as well, and they just need somebody to come in and says, you know what, I'm willing to take the hits and go find you. A coach told me one time that was a superintendent now. He says, when I hire a coach, I look at their 7th and 8th grade, 5 years. You get 5 years. 5 years, whoever takes this job right now, whoever that 7th grade is going to be 8th graders, they've had their hands touched on them, and that's them. And, and that's what it's going to be like. I mean, you're going to go in and you're going to take, like I said, next year you're going to be good. But the year after that, I'm telling you what, you're probably knocking back on the door. And so the talent's there. I don't want people to think, oh my gosh, Coach Vick left because of talent. It has more talent there than it did when I inherited.
That's it.
And you just got to get in and get to work. And I know that commitment level's there. You got to be a junior high. And I cannot do that 4 nights a week. I mean, I was at every junior high game, home or away. It was important to me. My administration said, do what you can, but it was important to me. And that's how I'm built. And I feel guilty if I'm not doing that. So that was also part of the decision, was to do the right thing for the kids of Harrah.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, like I said, I appreciate you done. Like I said, the show's going to go on, folks. We might have changed a little bit, but being Coach V still going to be doing the girls, Between the Lines High School Girls Hoops. Like I said, we kind of changed the name up because, like I said, we'll spend a lot of time this summer on the road, and it's kind of hard to talk about Oklahoma girls, but then we're going to be out in different parts of the states. Like I said, he goes to Border War here in a couple of weeks, and I'll be in Dallas. Then I'll be in Phoenix with a bunch of the Oklahoma girls, not just from Drive Nation, but just from Legends and any other team that's out there that has girls from Oklahoma that's playing on the circuit. So we'll both get a chance to get out there and get some interviews and get to follow these young ladies as they do their AU. I mean, granted, high school basketball is over, but be back here in a couple of months. But these next few months, we're still going to talk Oklahoma high school girls basketball on this show, but we're also going to bring different girls from different parts of the state and different states on the show too, just to enhance us. And want to give a shout out. We've already hit another milestone, going over our 300 subscribers. So now we're shooting for 400 to 500, and that's our goal, to try to get that by the end of the summer. And I think we will. So we want to thank everybody that does watch the show, subscribe to the show. We've had some different things on. I know we'll probably have a college coach on this week and then a couple players. So just kind of talk about, what they're doing, since basketball's over, talk about what their AAU team is doing and what they're doing. I mean, they in the gym training, are they in another sport? Because, we do love girls that play other sports, but we know a lot of girls like to stay in the gym and get bigger, faster, and stronger and keep working on their craft. Real quick before we go, I want to give a shout out to my son, Gabe Johnson. He won his third national champion. He's a 4-time All-American. He got a big-time announcement today. He became Division II Wrestler of the Year, folks. That's big time. That's all over the world. He's the number one man Wrestler of the Year, Gabe Anthony Johnson. So super proud of him, man. I mean, I got to give the man some love because I'm telling you right now, folks, if you never wrestled and you never been in the sport, man, it's a tough sport. It's something I wouldn't want to do every day. You got to watch your weight. You got to eat right. You got to cut right. And just to see him do that, man, I got to give him a hand up. I got to give him big time, though. Big shout out to UCO Wrestling, Coach Stiley and Shitwood for, recruiting him and bringing him in and just give him the opportunity to do the things, folks, as always, you always want to be cheering for your babies. Coach V's daughter he had a chance to coach his daughter. I've had a chance to coach Gabe in Little League football and baseball. I didn't know that much about wrestling, but I got to give that love to his Uncle Danny and then his my brother Jerry for being there, and Coach Hodges, Benny Coleman, and all the coaches got a chance to be with him. Rico, Jordan, big time trainer out there. But like I said, super proud of him. Couldn't be more proud of my kid, man. When you get that kind of honor, he's already back in the working field. He's still working on his master's. He got one more semester of his master's. He'll graduate at in December, but I think he might help a little bit on the program next year, give it a little bit back. He haven't decided that yet, but just want to give him a shout out, man, because like I said, I mean, his glory days over. He's always going to be a legend at UCO.
Yeah, it could be in the WWE now.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Come on, keep his elbow.
He might go do some Fear Factor, some stuff like that. But we ain't done that. We ain't trying to mess my baby's face up, man. He's a handsome young man. Thank God he get his look from his mama. But like I said, man. But Coach, super proud of you and him both, man. I know it was a big step for you to step down from Hare and place you've been at the last 4 years and done a great job with those guys and getting to state, got a chance to play at the big house. The first team that played in the big house in the bigger class.
Division 4A, first team ever to play in the new Coliseum.
Yeah, big time. So congratulations to you. Like I said, one more time, I'll give a shout out to my Colorado Titans. I'm still on cloud nine, Coach. My baby a champ. I'm flying, but hey,
you're hovering in, aren't you?
Hey, but you know what? That's for fun. But you got to start getting ready for next year, Coach. You know what they always say about them jobs. What have you done? Have you done for me lately? That's where it's at now, man. Yeah. You celebrate that win, but congratulations to some of the girls, Coach. I know you got a chance to pick some of these girls. All the girls that made the all-state team, man. What is that? When does that play, Coach? Do you know offhand?
They play May 30th. It'll be at Mustang High School.
Yeah, so that's big time. So all the girls that made it, man. I mean, I think Jakari, Audrey Brown made it for Carl Albert.
I had one. Skylar made the team, and then Allison got all regional.
That's big time. So there's still a lot of awards given out to all these young ladies and gentlemen too that's getting these awards. So congratulations on all y'all's hard work, man. That's where it comes down. Hard work pays off. So keep doing your thing. All you young ladies and men that's in another sport, good luck to you, as you get into your spring sports. And then, like I said, good luck to you young ladies get on the circuit this year. It's going to be a big wake up for some of you because it's not playing in the pro wing circuit. Some of y'all going to be playing in the big dog circuit. So get used to it and make sure you still putting that hard work in. You can't go out there and just pick up a basketball on Friday afternoon and think you're going to be able to go do the things you did in middle school and a little bit of high school because total, you're not playing 2A basketball, baby. You're going to be playing big boy basketball, and these girls are big, man. I don't care. You're going to catch some freshmen about 6'2", 6'3". So if you ain't used to that smoke, get out the kitchen. But, Coach, you know what time it is. You know what time it is, and it's that time. So we want to just tell everybody once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to another great episode, Between the Lines, Girls Hoops, with my man, Coach V, and myself, TJ. We'll catch you next time. We should have a college coach on this week, hopefully, and a couple players. So Do your thing, and we'll catch you next thing. Hey, drink plenty of fluids. It's getting hot out there. We'll see you. Love you. We out. We want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. Between the Line Girls Hoops with my man DJ and Coach V. We want to thank you to our sponsors, BSN. Keep it 100. Triple Elite. Above the rim. We want to thank everybody. Check out our new logo. Between the Lines Girls Hoops with my man Coach V, folks. We out there. Catch us on the billboard. You'll see us. We love you. We out.
We'd like to thank the following sponsors: Above the Line Hoops, Prep Girl Hoops, Keep It 100, and for the latest in high school girls basketball action, check out the podcast on YouTube at Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines.